So this is my first ever live stream, and what I'm going to be doing is we're going to be filming a video for forging a dagger in under 2 hours. So essentially I'm doing a competition in July where I have to forge a dagger in under 2 hours, and I've never done something like that before. I have forged a knife in under 2 hours. I've also forged, Viking stacks under 6 hours. I've forged and fire sword, all of that stuff. So I think that I can do this. But going into the challenge, I wanted to try it in my home forge and just make sure that everything was going well. So I figured I would go ahead and live stream it so that if you end up stumbling across this, great. Enjoy the next 2 hours. And yeah, feel free to even put me on the background and just, listen to my struggles. So, all right. So what we have here is we're gonna have a forge is gonna be back here behind the anvil. We have my grinder, which is right over here. You can see the press in the background. That's going to be brought out, as well as the anvil, and then obviously the finishing station. So I'm going to go ahead and back this up just a little bit so that hopefully you can see all of the parts and pieces. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get started. So let's do this. Maybe. All right. So feel free to chime in and yeah, we're gonna see what goes on. All right. Check the focus on it, because I might have it on manual focus. You'll see it there. I do autofocus constant whenever I film stuff. So, oops, sorry. Sick. Do it.
Do you want video or picture?
Video. I don't need any pictures from anything. Also, guys, this is the hammer from the last video. It has been absolutely wonderful. I engraved all of it, and I used it on my most recent video, which is the miniature sword video that I actually just uploaded like 2 hours ago. And yeah, which, speaking of that, I forged that, and it took like more time to edit the video than it did to actually forge the sword, which was just kind of stupid. But yeah, so anyways, yeah, all that aside, hammer's great. I love using it, so. All right. Go ahead and get your forge up and running. So I still got to figure out what type of steel I'm going to be using for this, because the reality of it is that when I go to this competition, we have a set steel we're going to have to use. It's a piece of 1084, and it's like, I want to say it's 3/8 inch by 3/8 inch, but I could be off on that. Maybe it's 5/8. And while I don't have that specific size of stock here at the workshop, I have to find something similar enough that it simulates the pressure I'm going to have to do. Go ahead and light the forge. I'm going to get a shot of it, possibly. Let's see. All right, so let's see. We're going to go ahead and light the forge and start on this thing. Again, to reiterate, for those of you that just joined, I'm forging a knife in under 2 hours. The parameters are the blade has to be at least 8 inches and has to be 12 inches in total. It's a challenge that I'm going to be doing in July. And I've never done something this time crunch before. And to be honest, it's kind of horrifying. So we're also gonna be filming a video, so my wife's gonna be behind the camera. And yeah, hopefully nothing goes wrong, and hopefully we can get this done in 2 hours. Because like I said, Forge and Fire, I had a lot more time than 2 hours. So this is going to be exciting. So, all right. Here's the timer. Well, hang on. I want to let the forge heat up. During the competition, we're allowed to have the forge up to temperature before the time starts. I'm going to do the same thing here because that cuts out 5-10 minutes right away. And 5-10 minutes is a big deal in 2 hours. So what I'm going to do is, if you just want to get some shots of, letting that heat up. It's kind of, like I said, it's going to take a minute. Okie dokie. Sick. I'm going to move this closer so you guys can actually see me forging, and that way you're not just observing from a distance. All right, let me scoot it on a little bit closer. I said behind the scenes in the live stream because that's all I could really put into words on this. All right, so forge is heating up. Thought those things were what things? The anvil? I mean, they are. The anvil is in Minecraft, so although it doesn't do what anvils do, which is crazy. Crafting table. I digress. Certified professional. There's so many Minecraft references. Like several guys have already mentioned Minecraft. Hey, I love Minecraft more than anyone else, I think. Actually, no, that's a lie. I do love Minecraft. All right, so. I gotta pick out steel. I gotta pick out steel, and I gotta figure out what type of steel I want to use because, again, it's kind of, my options are limited compared to the set steel that they're going to be using in the competition I'm doing. So yeah, let me grab some steel and we're gonna throw it into it. God gave us gloves. Alright. So I need to run down. I'm going to run down and grab steel real quick. So I'll be right back. Like I said, I'm going to run over to my steel stock place and grab steel. So while that comes up. Okay. All that debacle for picking out these couple pieces of steel. I'm gonna start with one of these files because it's closer to the length that I actually am gonna be using at the competition. So we're gonna start with this, and yeah. Again, the competition stays, but once the piece gets up to temperature, then the time starts. So I'm gonna go ahead and rivet and forge, and we're gonna get started. So let's do it. Go from there to, I'm going to show this as the way of, just make sure you're able to see the time. Then we'll do that. Okay. So this is why I called it behind the scenes, because we have to film the intro for the actual YouTube video. So ignore my goofy charismaticness. So, Alright, so what is up? We're going to be forging a knife in under 2 hours. The time's going to start now. I have here a piece of a file. This is from... That was a horrible intro. Okay, so here we go. We got 2 hours. That's already getting so hot. Okay, screw it. Let's just do it. Alright, so what is up? We're going to be forging a dagger in under 2 hours. The forge is already hot. I have a file. I'm going to make this into a dagger. Let's go ahead and get it warmed up. I'm going to start this challenge. So as you can see, it is currently 6:39 in the evening on Saturday, June 15th. We have ourselves a timer here. What I'm going to do is we're going to start it for 2 hours. Once I hit go, we have 2 hours to finish a complete dagger. We have 2 hours to finish Once I hit go, we have 2 hours to finish a complete dagger, and the blade has to be at least 8 inches, all that stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be crazy. Did you stop it?
Yeah, because you looked at me like you're done.
No. Okay.
I also showed them my password.
You're welcome. Alright.
It's not.
Okay. Enough talking. Let's warm up the file. So something I think that's worth noting here is that I typically would pull out my hydraulic press, and if you've seen any of my other videos, you'll have seen that orange machine back there. That is amazing for speeding up the process. Because of how delicate this file already is, I'm not going to use that. During the actual competition, we have access to a power hammer, which is, even better than a press. I'm not going to use that though, because I kind of want to, make this as true as possible. And the reality is, power hammer in the real competition will just simply get me to this point. So I'm just going to pretend as though I already used the power hammer and, start right with the anvil with my hand hammer. Whenever I start actually forging, I might throw that on, but the majority though, I'm thinking as of now, this is all I need to do to kind of get things rolling. So let's go ahead and, yeah. I think it's worth noting, I've also never made a dagger like this, like ever. I made a letter opener that had 4 bevels, but... So why I'm trying to do it in 2 hours? I don't know. Okay, someone said, where are you from? And please forgive me for, I don't know, the amount of kind of franticness. Again, 2 hours to forge a knife, but yeah, I'm from Bedford County, by the way. It's southern Pennsylvania, so middle of nowhere. So, all right. I'm gonna officially press go on the challenge. All right, ready? And go. Oh boy, let's do it. Okay. While that's warming up, all right, what's happening? Ah! I can't see how it is. Hey, what's up? How you doing? All right, so real quick, while that's warming up, I'm going to chop this up. So if you want to get a copy of me explaining what I'm doing there. No, you don't need no microphone. So while that's heating up in the forge, I'm going to take this chunk of copper and I'm going to go ahead and cut it into the disc of our pommel. I'm going to take advantage of the time it's taking to warm it up. Yeah, I just stopped talking. All right, first heat. Oh, no! It split on me. The file split on me, sorry. So that's no good. Essentially the problem is that these files are so hard that if you don't anneal them right, they'll split on you. So let's just hope that that doesn't happen again. Yeah, like I said, files are tremendously hard steel, and yeah, they are tremendously sweet. Hey, there was a guy from New Zealand. That's pretty sick. cracked on me. I'm chopping off the tip of the steel. I ground off the sort of, it's called flashing, but essentially it's just the pinch off material at the end of the stick there. So I ground that off. Now I'm going to go ahead and forge that square end down into a point. And we're 6 minutes in and I have gotten nowhere. So this is actually kind of horrifying. Again, I don't know if I'm going to succeed in this. So hopefully I do. Go ahead and align the forge up a little better. But at the same time, there's no promise of that. Typically, I would do a much more aggressive heat than that. However, because of the fact that it cracked on me in the first heat, I don't really want to risk, causing any more stress fractures by going too hard too quickly. So. Actually feeling pretty good under the hammer there. Did it not look so great? It felt very kind of solid, if that makes any sense. Whenever you're forging, a lot of times you can feel the material and how it's kind of, I don't know. If it feels like Play-Doh, it's usually pretty good to work with. There's times that it can kind of feel crumbly, and that's obviously no good. Increase my pressure. That's the taper I'm going for my tip. Mini fridge. Whew. All right, let me grab this. Grab my water.
What side?
Yeah. All right. Now we really gotta speed things up. maple would hold up against forging. And usually guys will use hickory for their handles. But yeah, like I said, so far this has been doing pretty decent. But yep. I think one more heat, we should be ready to start beveling. About 13 minutes in. That means we're 1/8 of the way there, and the blade's not even fully forged yet. And believe me, there's a lot of things that have to happen in 2 hours to make a knife. And yeah, running out of time. And we just started. Not to be dramatic, but my wife says I'm dramatic. She's not wrong. Hey, what's up? From the tip down to where I'm going to start my my tang. So yeah. Right. Are you able to get any shots of this almost serial looking pattern? That's the it's super cool because forging a file, the forge scale that pops off when you hit it hot has those file striations in it. It looks sick. from Forging Fire that I got. It's actually made by Alexia. Very similar to forging a katana. I don't know. As far as the beveling process goes, it feels very similar. But again, that's just because you're beveling, so it's a pretty, I don't know, common task. Almost done beveling. Yeah, once beveling gets done, I'm going to draw up my tang. So. Got it mostly beveled. I gotta straighten out some of the proportions, or some of the straightness of it. Thanks, man. Like I said, 2 hours, which we are down to 1 hour and 40 minutes left. Those bevels. No, it's heating up so quickly. Because the blade's drawn down so thin already, there's not a lot of time in heating. So basically, it's in the forge. Take a breath, right back out of the forge. Essentially though, like my wife was saying, is the blade has a curve to it. That's from beveling. Now I'm going to straighten that out and start forging out our ricasso and our tang area. Let's do it. Straighten out the curve. As well as make our ricasso. So my blade's been forged. Now I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to chop off the end, and we're going to forge out our tang and, like I said, our ricasso. So let's go ahead and do that. How am I doing? It's fine. I can come in after the fact. How much for a steel knife? That depends. And I don't mean that to be like whatever. Honestly, it does. I mean, when I do pattern welded steel knives, those are obviously a whole different ballpark of figure. Whenever I do something more basic, a safe bet that I usually tell people is $200 to $300 for a mono steel knife, and there's a lot you can do with that. But whenever you get into pattern welded steel, like my traditional Japanese inlay stuff, then it starts to climb pretty rapidly just because of the time involved doing all those things. So. All right, let's go ahead and cut our tang off. I wanted it to be as close to forged shape as possible because I knew that it would save me time on the grinder later if I did that. So I'm happy with where it's at right now, but I don't actually have a website. I have a Facebook and Instagram page under ENZ Forge, the same thing as YouTube, and I post everything from. I work as a bench driller throughout the week. I actually don't live at my workshop. It's made it very difficult to do stuff. So if you go on my website or on my Facebook and Instagram pages, you'll see lots of jewelry that I do, and all my knives and stuff that are available I post up on there as well. So.
Dad said we can't see you guys on Instagram anymore. What happened?
But I'm not on Instagram.
What are you on? He wants to know what you're on.
YouTube. jargon.
Did you want me to get the mic?
Mic? No. That's the issue of trying to film a video in here, especially because it's so loud. Oh, that actually just came on. Interesting.
It's like
I don't mind that. I mean, it's just to help you. I don't know how to get it off. I don't know how to. Are you in the U.S.? I am in the U.S. I'm in the United States. I'm on the eastern coast of the U.S. So I have shipped stuff internationally, I think, once before, but I'd have to go back and see. But yeah, I've shipped stuff all over U.S. and whatnot. So. First isolation. All right. So now, earlier, like I said,
they said which state. Am I allowed to answer?
What?
He asked what state.
Pennsylvania. I'm in Pennsylvania. Good old PA. Make sure you capture it.
You're fighting with it or when you're on?
Yeah. Alright. I'm going to use the press. Oh no! I flipped the breaker. I flipped the electronic breaker. Really not good. I lost electricity.
Yeah, I'm calling him.
Well, that's not good. I lost electricity. I lost electricity and we're out of we're running out of time. All right. All right, let's see what happens. It just keeps beeping.
He said it keeps beeping.
Well, you know what they say. Resort to hand forging. Still no electricity.
Plugged into the wall?
Yes. Yeah,
He
yeah.
said yes.
I went in there and I flipped one of the breakers and it started beeping. Okay, well, slowly drawing out our tang. We have power! Alright. Can I make a cross between hunting and a cooking knife? I kind of have. I have done, it's kind of like an all-purpose knife. One of the first commissions I ever did actually was a hunting knife that had a longer blade, but it had a nice thin edge for, you know, cooking, food preparing, whatever you want. Basically it was like a glorified skinning knife, basically. So that was kind of a cross between the two. Yeah, let's keep going. So everything's been forged to shape. So the forging is pretty much finished. Now all I got to do with, oops, sorry, an hour and 20 left. Now what I got to do is, one, not let it burn, but two, get everything nice and straight before we normalize. So let's do that.
Wait, what do you need? Do you need a bucket?
What?
No, you're not, sorry, never mind. I'm ahead of myself.
Oh, I am going to quench.
Where's the bucket?
Haven't gone that far yet.
Well, how about I set that up?
No, I set it up. I got it. That way there's no one can say I cheated or anything of that nature. I want the challenge to be as legitimate as it possibly can be. The issue I'm having is that everything is straight on the blade until you get to the ricasso area of the blade where the tang meets, and then it just goes whoop. So I got to figure that out. And that's not an easy thing to fix whenever you're already at the thinness that you want. So I don't know. Let's do it. All right. Stuff I just said about it not being an easy fix, it just like worked itself out. That's great. All right. Make sure everything's nice and straight. All right, final heat. Now we're gonna go in to normalize it once I make sure everything's nice and straight. So I've said that like 5 times, but that's what it boils down to right now. So
Where's your bucket?
I just need you to fill me straight to get here. What? Hey, that's pretty straight. Just a few little taps. Alright, we're good. Alright, so now the next step is normalizing. So I'm going to go behind the fork and just give her a gentle warm up. All right, normalization heat number 1, if I can count. It's a forbidden popsicle. Right, guys? Forbidden popsicle. All right, so what was I doing? Jumping jelly beans. Yes, I am normalizing. Normalizing. All right, we're gonna go ahead and grab this good old bucket. So, I got myself a quenching bucket and I got myself some quenching oil. We're gonna put them together and we're gonna quench a knife. Just for context, I am preparing a quench bucket. So this is a high-grade Parks 50 oil. Essentially, it's just a quenching oil with a high flash point. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the blade up to a critical temperature again, normalize it one more time, and then from there we're going to go in for the quench. So, you grab my welder's glove so I don't get burned. Now I'm going to go heat the blade up real quick. Again, heat the blade up. And yeah. Normalizing heat number 2. It's a pretty long dagger. What I just did there is I preheated the oil because hot oil is more viscous than cold oil, and so it'll quench faster. You'll get a better quench. We have an hour and 13 minutes. Time to go in for the quench. quench blade. Now we make sure it's straight. All right. Ah, you smell that? Smell of freedom. Okay. So we've got an hour and 11 minutes remaining, and I have a quenched hardened blade. This means that I need to grind it, temper it, and put a handle on it the next hour. So, yikes. How long, I'm sorry that I haven't gotten to answer these. How long have you been forging so far? So I started in 2020, but I've made, knives with my dad since like we were little. And yeah, we used to make like wooden weapons. My dad's a carpenter, and so we used to make like wooden weapons and all sorts of stuff. But officially started forging though in 2020, so about 4 years. How much for a Japanese style katana? So katanas are funny. Again, it's one of those things depends on what you do with it. I will show you something that I'm working on. So this has been an art project I've made several shorts for. It's a tanto that I've been currently working on, traditionally built tanto. Everything is traditional besides the steel. It's not Tatara steel. And I also, what's it called? Obviously I use like a grinder for it. So that part isn't traditional, but the actual construction and everything though is traditional. And this is something that's cool. It was my first horimono piece, so my first time engraving the blade with chisels. And yeah, super, super cool. I was actually taught by Ilya Alexeyev. If you know who that is, you'll know how talented he is with engraving. That's who taught me how to do this stuff. And I have a long way to go, but yeah, been super pumped though to learn how to do this, as well as do traditional silver inlay on the fittings. But yeah, so katanas are, again, it's one of those things that depending on what you do, it can be expensive. So, let me see here. All right, blade's quenched. I need my gloves. Where are my gloves? All right. So, we have 1 hour and 10 minutes to turn this into a fully functioning thing. Dagger. All right. And thankfully, praise the Lord, there are no warps. That is good. That saves us a ton of time in that alone. But you can see the difference though between my, oil quench steel and the soft stuff. So pretty excited about that. So this being said, we need to start grinding. Right. All right. So, gonna move my oil into a place that it's not gonna hurt anybody. And we're gonna start grinding. That's fine. All right. I'm gonna move this, actually.
Which way?
I'm gonna move it to over here. I'm gonna move you guys as the live stream. It's just so weird. Okay, so I'm moving you guys over here so you can see what I'm doing on the grinding. So, we will, make sure that's all lined up nice and neat. All right. So again, 2x72 grinder, amazing piece of machinery for blade smoothing, and we're going to be using it here now. So, let us go ahead and temper. Once I get some lighting, because The lighting here is not amazing for grinding, but that's okay. All right. So for those of you that are not familiar with bladesmithing, things, you forge a blade, which is what I did here. You can see I have my nice forged bevels. My shape is all there. Now you take it to a belt grinder and you refine that shape to its final form. So shop located in Pennsylvania. I'm Severn, Pennsylvania. So I'm in the southern part of Pennsylvania. All right. Let's go ahead and put on some. There you go. Thank you. Oh. Got a water bucket? You should be fine as long as it's. Okay. No, you should be. Because I stand directly over this, I'm more susceptible to breathing it in. But these chunks are pretty heavy, especially with a 36 grip belt like what I got on now. All right, an hour left, a lot to do. Let's do it. this is the shape so far.
About 1 hour.
1 hour? 1 hour remaining. We're in the grind bevels. All right. So what I'm going to do now is I need to temper it. So I quenched it. The blade is hard, the way that a knife blade needs to be, but it's brittle. And the reason is that you need to temper something, or you need to temper steel. So I don't really have time to explain it all, but if you're familiar with any sort of knife making thing, I'm sure you're familiar with the idea of tempering. So like I said, I need to quickly heat it up and quench it in water after I get it to temperature for tempering. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to do a good old flame temper. Flame tempering is great because it's fast, and I've had a lot of really successful results with it. Forge and Fire was a flame temper. When I did the show, I used the flame temper for my sword. I'm going for about 400 degrees. What? 400 degrees is about a straw color, so it's like a goldenish kind of color. I'm watching it in the light to see if it changes to that color that I need. Oh, we're getting somewhere. All right, so we're at that temperature. It vaporizes. So what I'm going to do now is I need to straighten this ever so slightly because during grinding, it hang on. Hot. Wow, that's hot. Holy shnikes, that's warm. All right. So you can see it, it's a golden color. That's what I was after. So now we're good to keep grinding. How much time?
53.
53 minutes. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes.
Where'd you put the pen?
All right. Put the what? Let's keep going. 50 minutes to finish a knife. Let's do it. It's a nice clean pass.
okay?
Sure.
And I want to know where your top is and stuff.
I think I already went through that.
No, like where in Southern PA. Where in Southern PA.
Bedford. Bedford, Pennsylvania. All right, done with 36 grit. Now we got to move on to the polishing stage.
$45.
45 minutes left. All right, blade is finished grinding for now. We have 40 minutes remaining to make a handle. Let's do it. All right. So, how am I going to make this handle? I'm going to let me think.
What's the wood? Do you want wood?
No, what I need is I need some material for my guard, which just so happens to be okay. Yep, that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna use copper. We're gonna relight the forge, and let's do it. I'm having a hard time with this because I'm not very familiar with like a medieval style guard. However, Dumbo right here decided that he should, you know, make a medieval style blade. So, yep. What? Yeah. I like that the Ricasso stayed completely forged.
Yeah.
I'd like to get at least a cross guard on this. Pummel, I might have to sacrifice a pummel, but if I can get a cross guard, it'd be great.
38.
38 minutes to do the impossible. My grinds are pretty straight. I don't know if you want to get a picture of this for after the fact. Yeah, like up here so that I can post it individually. Oh, I meant on your phone, yeah. That's fine. So I'm going to use a good old trick. I'm going to take this file, I'm going to drive it down to create the recess for my tank. those of you guys that have been watching, thank you.
tell ya, they don't teach this stuff in school. Look, I made a mustache. It's a very hot mustache.
I need to find wood. Thanks, man.
Oh, and it's catching the bottle on fire. Oh, it put a hole in the top.
That's no good.
For those of you just now tuning in, we have less than 30 minutes to finish this. An hour and a half ago, I started this, and it's a hardened blade, ground sharpened. It just needs a handle. I made a pummel.
Hey, find different gloves because they're soaked in oil.
All right. I've done this. All right. So, what I've got to do, put this right there in the middle.
We got our hole punch. Yeah. 24 minutes. All right. I know. See, I wasn't panicked till about 5 minutes ago, then I became very panicked. All right. Jumping jelly beans, that's hot. All righty. Let's see here. Jump some of the in-between stuff. So, not panicked at all. Not me, I don't panic. I remain
it completely come. How much time?
1955.
19 minutes? Oh, yeah. What am I on about, mate? Now where did I put that? Oh. Okay. Well, unfortunately, I have no idea where my Dremel is at. Chose a very inopportune time to lose a tool that I use very frequently whenever I do my knives. So, looks like we got to use some files. I have no idea where I would have put that Dremel. Oh.
Did you leave it at home?
No, I didn't. I don't take it home. I leave it here. Dremel is in the case. What case? Oh! Oh! We're set! Thank you, text. Right. Rightio. Ay, ay, ay. Did you get any of the footage of me using the Dremel?
Sorry, I'm texting your mom.
It's okay. Wow. How much time?
15 minutes.
15 minutes!
I gotta switch the battery.
Getting close. All right, so that means that now all right. Just give it a good old tappy tap. All right.
That's interesting.
We're gonna do it, folks. We got 12 minutes left, and I gotta throw a handle on here. Oh boy. All right. I'll be right back. I need to grab wood. All right, got a block of walnut. Throw this stuff too, baby.
Okay. No, it's not. It's the lighting is. Can you switch the lighting of this one? The light behind you?
Yeah.
Can I move it?
Sure. Okay. okay. All right, how are we looking on time?
Just go as fast as you can.
Oh, I need to know these things because I need to know
About
when.
8 minutes.
8 minutes?
Yeah.
Whose idea even was it to do this? It's mine. All right. So I got to sacrifice Tang in order to make it fit.
Did you do that on purpose?
No, I did not. Okay. Now this is where things get a little bit dicey. Keep filming.
Careful. Okay. 5 minutes.
What?
5 minutes.
Okay.
belt is like crap. Come on. How much time? Okay, get a start on that at least.
What?
Just keep filming. Come on.
One minute.
Oh, that's catching on fire.
Oh, that's nice. Ten. Three, two, one.
Here, record. Catch me turning off the grinder, babe.
Hold on. Show us how far.
Well, that's unfortunate. That is how far I got in 2 hours. I'm actually quite, I don't really know how to feel because I should have been able to do this. I mean, my belt did not help, but I'm not going to blame the belt. I think it's just poor time management all around. Yeah, my wife's shaking her head. That's one of my downfalls. But no, I don't know. I'm happy with it. I'm happy with where we got. I'm happy with kind of how forging went, how clean everything kind of went. I'm happy with the blade shape. Again, I've never done a dagger, especially not one this large. I've done a lot of Japanese daggers, Tontos,
but I've never done like a 4 bevel dagger. So yeah, well, that really sucks. There is the dagger.
The blade is pretty.
The blade's pretty.
Also,
Thanks.
if you get a tightness and then hold it up, I can
Mm-hmm.
push it.
I guess the only upside to this is that I could, yeah, we learned. Yeah, I'll say that. I learned a lot. Kind of, yeah. Little prior preparation. Yeah, that's honestly, I mean, Saved by the iPhone Bell. Yep. Well, I really appreciate you guys watching. Yeah, I plan on editing the footage into a long form video for it. But yeah, this has been a kind of a kick in the gut, if I'm being honest with you. Like I said, I have a month. I have 1 month before the actual competition in Maine, the Battle of the Bladesmiths, it's called. So if you're from New England or in that area and you are familiar with where the New England School of Metalwork is, they're July 12th through 13th Blade Symposium, I forget. That's the competition that I'll be doing it at live. So that means I got to figure out how to finish a dagger in 2 hours between now and then. Figure out what steps I need to take and what things I need to prep, basically to allow me to be able to finish it. So, bless you. So, I might take this and salvage it as an actual project because it's straight, it's ground straight. Everything looks nice on it, so I might take it and make it into an art knife. So, and also the guard I'm pretty happy with actually, as far as like the organicness. No, really, I'm happy, like the organic shape of it. I'm a sucker for like organic knives, like the stuff that looks like it's been like pulled out of the earth kind of thing. And this kind of gives me those sort of vibes a little bit. The walnut handle, it's kind of junk. I really screwed it up by not having fresh belts. Seriously, whenever you're grinding wood, if you do not have a fresh belt, this is what happens. You can see how it's glassy. That's how hot the wood got, as it started to literally, I'm not going to say liquidate, but it burned into the belt. And so this is no longer sharp. And yeah, it burns the wood. It just destroys everything. So this is this is no good. But ooh, thank you. So like I said, before I log off, thank you guys so much for watching. And again, this is a blade. Like I said, I'm probably going to try to salvage it into an actual, I'm not going to say boot knife, but into a sort of fighter style dagger. I do need to clean up some areas like on the Ricasso here. Heck, I might even do some gold inlay on the Ricasso. But yeah, that is that. So, all right, well, thank you, dude. I really appreciate it. Yeah, like I said, stay tuned for more. And if you haven't checked out the video that I posted earlier today about the world's smallest sword, that was an adventure sort of in the making and editing of that. I would like to start, editing to a higher quality. And I feel like the one I uploaded today was, more of what I'm trying to do with what I'm doing. So that and the Japanese style hammer that I made in the, not the last video, but 2 videos ago, I made this and showed how I use Japanese inlay techniques to do silver inlay with gold on the flower and everything. So this was a cool video to make. And yeah, but so in 2 hours, took this and we got this and kind of got a handle, but so All right. Have a good night, guys. And yeah, hopefully see you guys in the next one. So, all right. God bless. Bye, guys.